Hello everybody, it's the Harbinger. This is Wingspan Asia expansion on Steam, and this is our opening hand. So we just played the red bottled lapwing in the last game, and it turned out to be quite underwhelming. So I'm not going to prioritize picking this guy up again, but I think I remember that the Forest Owlet is supposed to be a decently good card. I did some statistical analysis of whether or not these cards are good, and I think they average out on more than 1 point every activation. If you activate it all times, you can try to do so. So this is a very good keep for me. It doesn't help us to gain additional resources, which is what you want to prioritize for the early game, but more than 1 point each activation is still really good. Forester's Turn isn't all that, but it helps us out with looking at more than one card an action. It's a star nest for the first round and goal, and if it also helps us out with one of the bonus cards, we can certainly consider it. Wetlands Ranger. Consecutive birds in wetlands with ascending or descending scores. So it being a 4-pointer that helps us filter through more cards is decently helpful, and it does also kind of encourage us to only play higher scoring cards later, and I don't hate the idea of that. Brown-headed cowbird could help us with laying a few free eggs into the Forester's Turn, so I don't hate bringing this one into the game either. How are the birds cards in the bird tray looking? Two round and birds. Let's and both of them are Asians. Let's take a little bit more look at them. Lay 1 egg on each of the birds immediately to the left and the right of this bird. So if we play like the Forester's Turn, but then we play this guy and another one to the right of this guy, we might, together with the brown-headed cowbird, we might actually not have to manually lay that many eggs throughout the game, and that's pretty interesting, I think. So maybe we want to try out this guy. It does kind of mess up the wetland ranger thing, so but you can also just ignore the first bird and go for 4 consecutive birds, like 3, 4, 5 or whatever. Ready Shelduck, draw 5 cards from the deck, add 1 to your hand, tuck 1 behind this bird, and then discard the rest. It's also an interesting prospect because it helps us to draw a little bit more cards, offsetting the bad stuff of the Forester's Turn, that it doesn't give us additional resources. But I do like the resources of Black Stork a little bit more than the resources of the Reddish Hellduck. I don't love this guy, but I think he's interesting enough that I want to try to pick him up, but I'm not going to rush to do it. So I'm only going to pick it up if we succeed to play out the Forester's Turn and play him after that. So the basic idea is play Forester's Turn, pick up the Black Stork and whatever else we get, and then play out Forest Owlet, take some food, and take it from there, I think. So yeah, I just come off one of the a really good game where I got, I think, 138 points off a shipping sparrow and a raven, and I just looked at the footage, and don't you know it, I forgot to turn on the mic, and that's such a devastating thing to happen. It was such a fun game, and I really talked a lot about the intricacies you need to be aware of when you're playing such a deck, and I'm a little bit devastated that we ran out, I can't show that to you guys because of the sound issues there. Anyways, Bushtit is a nice bird that lays eggs when you check cards behind it. It's the same thing as the yellow-headed blackbird, but this guy has room for more eggs. And most importantly, it's a star nest, so it helps out with other stuff, not only a single habitat here. So I really like the Bushtit. anyways, we did get the black stork, so I think that that is the current idea.
Outlet. In 1997, a team saw this species in India 113 years after the last reported sighting.
So these are pretty decently rare. Anyways, so we could do a forces turn black stork into the bush tit here, and that way we get 2 free eggs of this guy every round here, and we get 3 points of the wetland ranger. But I don't know if that is something I want to prioritize, because I think we can get 5 points decently easy if we also build upwards instead, and I kind of want to prioritize that. But I also think we need to get out the brown-headed cobra pretty fast here, so that is also going to be a priority. If we get this guy out and we get to get an egg for free, we can play this guy without activating the grasslands this turn. Okay, we didn't get anything here, but that's fine. Because I think as long as you reroll both dice all the time, you have enough chance to get additional points over time that it's correct to do it all the time. Yes, I just said that once, and now I said it twice. Okay, opponent, you haven't laid eggs yet, so that feels promising, except of course that you have a common grackle here that can give you eggs in a different way. So maybe we have to lay eggs manually. We can afford that. We just go here, pick up these foods here, do a double reroll, see what we get. Bad luck again. That's fine. That's fine. We still have options here, and let's just manually lay eggs into the forest outlet here. 2 of them. That way we have at least 1 left after we pay an egg to play the black stork. And this guy will lay an egg into the forester's turn, and that will also be a second egg to put...
Black stork. This shy species builds its large nests primarily in old-growth forests with very large trees.
And this also counts for the round and goal over here. So we should have 2 for the sake of comparison here. 1 would have been enough, but yeah, that's fine. And we are leading all of them. That's great to know. Okay, now we need to decide, are we going to play the bush tit here so we can get even more cyclists down here, or are we going to play him somewhere else? So we could put him into the forest. That helps for the final round and goal. If we plan to rely on the brown-headed cowbird and the black stork to do the heavy lifting for us when it comes to laying eggs, maybe we also want to have some way to lay eggs on command. If we are gonna rely on this guy, we need additional card draw. So we would need to rely on stuff like the Great Crested Greb or something else to actually draw us the cards we are going to attack to this guy. Main benefit of putting him here is that we get the cards from this habitat already, so it's not that hard to activate him. Get 3 points additional of the Wetland Ranger, but we are ruining the chances of us getting 8 points if we go for a 2-pointer here. I think we don't have to decide just yet. Let's go here, pick up 2 cards. If we get something really good, we can play that, and if not, we can pick up the Great Crested Greb of the Forester's turn and think further from there. Okay, White-throated Kingfisher. Choose any die, roll it up to 3 times each time if you roll half of the options. Cage 1 here. If not, stop and return all food. Cage 37. So we have 2 of these push all luck birds. Yeah, I'll take that. And also a Canada goose. Okay, that's interesting. I don't quite know how the must be higher than the next. Yeah, okay, so equal doesn't count. So these 3s are considered duds for Wetlands Ranger. That's a little bit annoying, but we can also just put this guy in the forest and be happy about the placement there. And I like the idea of having several push-all luck birds in the same habitat, so maybe we will do that. And are we picking up the Great Crested Drab? It is also like ruining Wetlands Ranger for us because this guy is 3 points. So let's just look at what this is. Splendid Fairy Wren. Okay, that lays eggs at the end of the game, and currently it lays absolutely no eggs. Maybe 1 if we play the bush state, so that's just a really bad draw for us. And I think that you are going to go back out there, mister. Do we pick up cards again to try to mitigate, try to get something better, or do we just concentrate on what we already have here? I think playing this guy is a part of our plan no matter what. So let's give the other player an option to reset the bird tray for us while we play out the white-throated kingfisher and think from there. 3rd time in a row that we are unlucky there. So we're rolling 2 dice. They have is it I think half of the dice heights are this. It's like the worm, the worm and the rodents. The worm has 2 spaces, right? Or is no, the grain has 2 spaces, and the worm shares with the grain. I don't remember. Is there a single worm or something? I don't remember quite. We will find out later. But yeah, playing out the white-throated kingfisher is in our game plan, so we are going to do that. And when that's happening, we're gonna get the sound cue, and I will remember that happens. So yeah.
White-throated kingfisher. This species hunts not only fish, but also invertebrates, snakes, and other small animals.
Birds eating snakes. That are really good boys, helping out the cause, ridding the world of danger noodles, and yeah. Okay, let's try to find 1 more bird to play here, or else we might just have to play the bush tit here so we can get the 3 eggs of the black stork, and don't worry too much about ruining the Wetlands Ranger setup here. Parrot crossbill, okay. Barracks Wren, not gonna see play. And the final option is, and yeah, the warbler doesn't count for any of these because neither of these count the actual bird card, and this only counts the bird card for its thing. Red-tailed hawk. It's not additional resources, but it is playable in the wetlands. I don't hate it. It doesn't have the most amount of egg space available, but we probably don't need that either. So we can go here. We can and we probably should try to find room to get access to play out the parrot crossbill now. But if we do that, we can't afford to both play out this guy and get something here. So maybe we need to prioritize this because we have a very limited amount of eggs, since the opponent is looking to get their eggs from the common grackle, or maybe they straight up aren't doing anything this game. That could also be. I think my priorities is going to be play out a red-tailed hawk here, gonna build up towards 5, or prioritize to try to get the 5 here by playing higher point birds, because high point birds is what I seek to play anyway, and that should be the priority. I don't think we have the card draw to sustain a bush tit, so we shouldn't rely on this guy. Instead, we should just manually lay eggs and try to also prioritize building up grasslands here. I think that's the correct thing to do. We don't have the card pool, so we shouldn't spend cards to get additional food either. We should rather just try to get points from these actions and play out red-tailed here so we can get additional eggs out. Yes. Okay. Reroll a bird die 3 times. Success, success, and bad luck. Too bad. Oh yeah, so there are 2 options that are worms. So 50-50 on a single die, we roll 2 dice. Basically, it should be 25% chance to not hit this, and we have had bad luck 3 times in a row. So 4 times in a row on the first Olet. I guess he just really likes the nectar, but yeah, okay. Then we play out the tailed hawk here, eating the final egg we currently have. We're gonna get 2 eggs back on the round end here. Utilize one of those eggs to play out the carrot cross build. I think it's a 6-pointer, gives us additional resources. Probably something we can prioritize. We don't have accessible food for that, so we probably could do something else. And that is going to be, we are going to manually make eggs into the forest because that matters the end of the round, and we probably need these eggs to do stuff later anyway. Yeah, okay, do that, lay 2 eggs. Okay, so let's see here. White-browed tit warbler. For each bird in the forest with an egg on it, roll any die. Choose 1 type of food you rolled and gain 1 of that food from the supply. Okay, so that's but that's oddly specific food generation. I think it's an okay card. You need to like keep at least 1 egg available to get food from this guy, but I do like the ability. Additional food is also always really good, and I think this is a better card than a parrot crossbill. We do have eggs in the forest we can keep. And it's a star nest that can receive eggs from the boneheaded cupboard if the opponent would ever consider giving that to us. So I think we're gonna go here. I don't think it's a good idea to sack eggs to get more stuff. So let's just do the draw, pick out the white-browed tit warbler, and it's like we could have played the bush tit and then picked up the morning dove here and played those. I don't think it's correct now. I think we need to chase higher scoring cards. Activated when activated brown power for all your older predators. This could be good for us. We actually have a decent chunk of good predator powers to activate. So I don't hate that. Malfold. I'm gonna discard the Canada Goose. We don't have the resources then to translate to transition food into points here. Okay, so nectar rodent, that gives us Oriental Bay Owl and something in surplus. That gets us 2 more activations of these guys and this guy. I think that's gonna be worth it. And white-browed tit warbler, also something I want to play out. I probably want to play this guy out first, since they give us additional food. So yeah, let's just do this and take it from there. Reroll, reroll, reroll. Bad luck. Okay, reroll, reroll. Dun, dun, dun. No! It's statistical unlikely that we are this unlucky on all of these rerolls. But that is the name of the game sometimes, is that, yeah, sometimes you just are statistically unlikely. We only need one egg here, but these guys have limited egg capacity.
White-browed tit warbler. These birds spend a lot of time in juniper thickets, making their colorful plumage hard to see.
But these guys have limited egg capacity we need to actually care about, so yeah, let's spend these eggs first. Common Mina, copy the when activated brown power of bird in the next player's group stats, and yeah, don't care for that. Then we need to get food so we can play out Oriental Bay Owl. And that's not going to be an issue. Do you want to play the Malfold at any point in the game? We have 2 Star Nest and itself, yeah, that's 5 points, that's not good enough. Okay, take that, take Nectar, and then we're gonna get this. We are rolling 1 die, getting a rodent. We're gonna choose that rodent, and then we are going to roll some more dice and have some more bad luck. Zoop, zoop, yeah. I had one game in the beta where I had the forest wallet and it took me like, I think it caged 21 food because I also had a doubler. And I think this is the part where that luck is coming back to bite me.
Oriental Bay Owl. The feathers on an owl's face collect sound waves and direct them toward the owl's ears.
And this is when, this is definitely when that luck I had. That game comes back to, as they say, bite me in the behind. Okay, so we are winning this. We need a little bit more eggs in the forest to win the final round and goal. Hopefully the brown-headed cowbird can help us with that. In due time, the opponent gets to lay eggs in the forest for free. Would we want to play the morning dove there? I don't think we do, because it's a 0-pointer and it's getting way too late in the game for that. I do think we want to try to get some higher scoring birds here. We probably don't need all of these rodents. Yeah, let's go here. Sack a rodent to reset the bird tray so we can look at 3 more cards. Neither of these are interesting to us, so we are glad we didn't draw them. We got to discard them instead. And we get a little regret here. Draw cards from the deck and add it to your hand. All other players draw 1 card from the deck and keep it if they can live in the water. Okay, so that's slightly better than all players draw a card. White-bellied sea eel is just the kind of bird we actually want to see here, because it's higher score than red-tailed hawk, so we want to play it for the wetland ranger bonus. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's see what this is. Eastern Screech Owl and another card, Clark's Nutcracker. It's easier to play than the Parrot Crossbill, but I'd rather play the 6-pointer than the 5-pointer, so you get tossed back into the sea here, mister. Okay. We are probably going to look towards playing this guy as soon as possible, but if it's a 6-pointer here, we need to actually do some considerations whether or not we want to play them or just play this guy. But ideally we play this guy and then fish up a 9-pointer and play that out. But yeah, we are also decently limited in the amount of eggs we carry, so yeah. Anyways, let's do some activations, have some bad luck, yes. Zoop zoop, yeah, no luck, oh god. Okay, this guy is at least lucky, but how many times have we activated those, that owl and the other guy and got absolutely nothing out of it? That's horrible. Okay, Black Noddy is the perfect pair together with this white-bellied sea eagle, so I think that is the final part of the game plan. This spoon builds sandpiper, draw 2 bonus cards, and the player may discard resources to do the same. That's an interesting choice. I'd rather the opponent pick up and play that guy out so we can discard some of the birds we aren't planning to play anyway and get 2 more bonus cards without having to play that guy. Yeah, we're gonna pick up the Black Noddy, look at some other cards here, but probably not going to do that much other stuff. Great Indian Bustard is actually going to give us 11 points if we get to play out all 3 of these guys, and I do think we are going to have enough food for it. Only question is whether or not we're gonna get enough eggs for it. I think we can get. We're probably not going to get enough eggs because we need to take food, and we need to play out 2 birds, and we need more eggs, and we only have 4 turns left in the game, and we kind of also want to have some eggs left in the forest. So yeah. Probably not going to happen, but if the opponent starts activating the grasslands, we might be able to pull it off. Also heavily reliant on whatever food we actually get. That's also a thing here. Actually getting a food we almost can use, but yeah, okay. Bad luck, and finally! Oh, that's... Yeah, we are gonna Acacia all 3 of them. But yeah, imagine how many points we would have had if we had been lucky all the time. Oh, actually, we're getting some of the eggs we need here. Okay. We are starting by playing the white-bellied sea eagle here. Play it for the fish and the rodents here. And we are decently close to playing Black Noddy here. But so this guy currently is 6 points plus 3 points from Battle Ranger. So that is 9 points minus the egg. So yeah, we can play this guy for 9 points and then lay 1 more egg next turn and put him into here. So we have a better shot at winning this. That's one thing we can do. Or we could go down here, get some more food to play out the Black Noddy next turn. That will give us 9 points on this guy. 2 more points on Wetland Ranger. Lose us all the eggs we have, so we lose at least 4 points there. Maybe the Great Indian Busted play is the correct one, even though it feels really bad to... I really want to try to activate these 2 guys again, but they have been so bad luck for me the entire game, I probably shouldn't rely on that. Taking the points we're guaranteed. It's 9 points guaranteed on this guy, and we get 1, 2, 3 more points, and we maybe actually win this thing. Yeah, I think that's the safer play. And if the opponent tries to catch us here, we also get some free eggs in the forest. They can't have more than 5 eggs in the forest. And we can easily beat... Yeah, we can guaranteed beat... We can almost guaranteed beat that. We can guaranteed tie it. So I think this is the correct play here. It feels bad, but I think it's the correct thing to do. I always prefer to play these 9-pointers, but yeah, this is also a 9-pointer, so we shouldn't beat ourselves too much up about it. they gain food. That means that they laid 1 egg in the forest, but we are gonna lay 3 more, so we should beat them. And they could of course lay more eggs, but then we also get to lay an egg for 3. They didn't, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's activate some birds. You get food, you get to take a card, and you guys get to give me bad luck again. Okay, let's see what... Yep, that's bad luck, and you can roll these 2. Zoop, 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 and bad luck. So yeah, that's... So, on average, they give you a little bit more than 1 point if you activate them 3 times all the time. So we could I think we activated these 2 guys together like 12 to 14 times this game, and we had 1 success. So we should have had like 14, 15 points from these 2 guys, and we have 3. And we could have had like 40 points from them. But yeah, that's just the nature of the game. We sometimes you're just gonna have a really below average success rate. A neat thing to consider about these kinds of birds, like these guys and the little penguin and such, is that if you are playing a opponent that is better than you, playing these kinds of birds gives you a higher chance to actually win, because if you just play a game as usual, birds that are worse, or if you on average gain like 10 points less than your opponent, it's birds like this that actually give you a chance of winning some amount of the time compared to losing all the time. So that's also a neat thing to know about some kinds of birds. But I don't think this game is particularly good scoring, because we hit very few. We got very few points out of those birds, and I'm actually scared we might actually lose to the AI here, because we are like 15 points below where we should be if we had average luck on these guys. But that's why they're called push your luck birds. Statistically, we should have had like 15 points from these, and we have 3. So mentally add 12 points to the score here, so I'm not horribly embarrassed. And see what is here. 94. Yeah. Okay. So if it's a low score, even if we allow ourselves to get 12 more points from averaging out our luck. So 106 or 94. Yeah, worst score I've had in a long time. Let's actually go out and look at how bad that is. No, that's the birds. That's not the preserve archive. I do save all my games played here, so hopefully it's allowing us to see here. But yeah, below 100 is okay, I had below 100 last time 2.5 months ago, so that's a thing. I don't think there's too much to talk about in this game. We played some push or luck birds, and we didn't have that luck, but that's a part of the game as well. Sometimes you will have statistically unlikely results, and that's a part of the game. The beauty of it is that we had 4 new Asia birds played in the forest that we hadn't played before. And yeah, at least these guys were some amount of successful. We even played the Black Stork and the Great Bustard. So yeah, on average, these birds should be better than other stuff, but sometimes they will be not. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is with the Harbinger, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.